Hello everyone, welcome to another installment of Post Every Night in September, PENiS, for September 8th, 2016. And it's Thursday, and I know I'm posting this a little bit late, but, life. And, yeah, let me do something here so make it easier. There we go. Alright. Yeah, there we go. Now I'm not looking like I'm looking elsewhere. Anyhow, it's Throwback Thursday, and I was helping my mom find boxes of stuff in the attic, and I grabbed a box that I knew was mine, had my name on it and everything, and I came across some old magazines I had from the mid-2000s, and they are, some of you may know what these are, I don't know. NewType, I'll show you down here too, and MacWorld, another angle down here for you, and yeah, a quick summary of what each of them are, besides the possibly obvious. NewType here, right? NewType USA. NewType was an anime magazine in the mid-2000s with stuff like this in it, and really hard to show here. There we go. On the secondary camera down there. Let me see if I can find a good page to show. Aha! Here is Naruto. Yep. So this was a magazine that was showcasing all the anime coming out on DVD, airing on Toonami, I suppose. I don't think they've ever mentioned Toonami at all, ever. But this particular issue is from November of 2007, and sadly, the USA rendition, the USA division, whatever, USA publication of NewType ended in February of 2008. I have several. I have a small stack of these NewType USA issues. I don't know if I have the final one. That'd be interesting to actually get the entire thing of them. That'd be really cool. But yeah, these magazines show different animes coming out, and it was really cool to find. So, for example, this series right here, Ninja Nonsense, or Shinobuden, no, Nin wa Shinobuden. 2x2 equals Shinobuden. Some weird Japanese title, but Ninja Nonsense. Let me see if I can get it more straight. There we go. It was basically a parody on the ninja anime genre. So like Naruto and Ninja Scroll, you name it. Any ninja themed anime was made fun of there. And all the ninjas were named, you ready? Sasuke. So it's making fun of Naruto right there. And they all look exactly the same. It's pretty hysterical. That's an example of one of the animes showcased in here. And let's see, what else is here? They're showing a Naruto game for the Xbox 360. You can see how far back it's going. Let's see. Chobits is in here. If you guys remember Chobits. Let's see, where's another good one to show? A good thing to show in here. I remember being very excited each month to go get one of these. See, I didn't have a subscription as far as I can tell. I actually went to my local Barnes & Noble, and either I had the money saved up from lunch money or something, or I would get my parents to spend $13 on it. Yeah. So, because it also, another cool thing about these was that these magazines came with a free DVD. And this was before there were, there was broadband internet everywhere, and before DVDs were a commonplace. Or they were becoming commonplace, but they're still way too expensive, like $30 for 4 episodes on a DVD. Decent DVD quality, sure. But $30? I say nay nay. So, yeah. But then, very soon after that, probably 2 or 3 years later, Crunchyroll and things like that, and even illegitimate streaming services like Kiss Anime, and I don't know, on the manga side, for what were called scanlations, there was Manga Fox and other things. I don't know if that still exists, but a lot of them were shut down. And yeah, with the advent of digital distribution, magazines like this completely went the way of the dodo. Completely went away. And yeah, I thought that would be cool to share. And here's the art of Haruhi Suzumiya. If I can get it. There we go. Not good lighting on it, but there's that. And here's a funny, but not safe for work, people. I'll even put it up here so it's easier to see, kind of. Ad for Robert's Anime Corner. I'm not sure if that group exists, but that's one naughty nurse. Oh boy. But let's see. Before I move on to the next nostalgic thing I found. Yeah, there's nothing really. Oh wow. This is so old that this issue is so archaic and so throwbacky that what was known as the New York Anime Festival was still happening. This was 2007. So in 2011 or so, New York Comic-Con merged New York Anime Festival into itself. And that could be a topic for a different video, like a rant, not part of the PENiS series here. But not part of the Post Every Night of September, PENiS. I know I keep saying it, but it's just fun to say. Series. And that convention went away, but there's an ad for it in here. And I find that really amusing, because I never had a chance to go to one when I lived down near New York too, but I never had a chance to go to one of one of these years when this convention was on, or festival, they call it festival, because it got eaten up. In 2011, I was at New York Comic Con / New York Anime Festival, but was it 2010? I think 2010 I was there, it was still okay. From 2011, the only thing left of New York Anime Festival was Artist Alley, which is the place we can buy fan art. People draw pictures of, I don't know, Inuyasha, and you can buy it if someone here isn't familiar with what an Artist Alley at a convention is. And that's all that's left of it. By 2012, it was gone. All New York Comic Con. And very briefly, I'll mention that the parent company called ReedPop basically considers anime culture and Marvel, DC, etc. culture the exact same thing. No. I'm sorry. That's not true. That's not right. You just want money, and that's what you got, but it's not the right way to do it. I'll do maybe a rant on that outside this series once I finish this series. Maybe in October, because that's when New York Comic Con is, and that'll be semi-perfect. Okay, so once NewType USA went away, the editors of New York, because some New York Anime Festival is on my tongue. The editors of NewType USA decided to try again and start a whole new magazine, and they called it PiQ. And I believe this is the first issue. And on the cover you see Appleseed Ex Machina, which is an amazing movie if you haven't seen it. And they tried to revive and expand upon what NewType USA was trying to do. And by the way, NewType itself is still running in Japan. And I bet you they still have free DVDs or maybe even Blu-rays at this point. Or, I don't know, links to streaming services like what is it? What's that stupid streaming service in Japan called? Nico Nico Doga or something. And yeah. Let's see, what the heck was this I'm looking at here? with a Zoe what's her face. Anyway, so and they went as far as including Avatar: The Last Airbender as anime, but it's animation, similar style, but it's not anime at all. In this issue, they were talking about the new live-action Speed Racer movie that was coming out back in 2008, and I'm sure it was a great movie. But they've really stretched their horizons when they tried to take it over, and it didn't survive, sadly. So their attempts to revive the tradition of NewType failed, ultimately. But I don't know, it had a good run, and unfortunately it didn't last too long. So, yeah, there's that. So NewType USA and its spin-off, PiQ. Here's the two together, kinda, maybe. And I have maybe another 5 or 6 of NewType USA behind me in a stack. But if anyone wants to see that, I can make a separate video only on NewType. But this is Throwback Thursday on Post Every Night in September PENiS. So that's NewType and its spin-off PiQ. The next bit of nostalgia, of which also got overthralled and overthrown by digital media like the internet, is, it's still being published, but it's not as relevant anymore. It's not as thrilling to read anymore, is MacWorld. And this particular issue is particularly amusing because it says new for 2009, because this was from March of 2009, I believe. Yes, March of 2009. And they still had the 17-inch MacBook Pro. In the preview mentioning from the previous episode on Woman Crush Wednesday, yesterday, I suppose, I mentioned that the 17-inch MacBook Pro listed shown here had just come out, which is now true. It came out in 2006 with the 15-inch MacBook Pro when the MacBook Pro naming scheme started, when they switched to Intel. So, yeah, I correct myself. I apologize for the misinformation. But these were cool to look at because it was all the Mac and Apple news and products and reviews. And this one's from 2009 when Adobe's Creative Suite 4 was out. Not your Creative Cloud that we have now, 8 years later, right? But it was just called Creative Suite. And which is the same concept. Creative Cloud only I'm tangenting here, but Creative Cloud makes it so you have to pay a subscription to Adobe so they can make sure that it's that your product is legit. It's a digital rights management, a DRM thing, which is really dumb. But anyway, let's see. So this issue on the front shows this is when iWork, which is their productivity suite of apps, like spreadsheets and okay, can you stop blinking please, camera? Spreadsheets and I don't know, word processing and other things like that, like basically Microsoft Office. And yeah, so the 17-inch MacBook Pro at that point, let's see, let me quickly look at find that article. Okay, here's the feature stuff. iPhoto 09, oh man, I had my 13-inch MacBook for 2 years at that point, and I was kind of regretting not getting a MacBook Pro, but that's alright. Okay, where are you silly laptop? One of my best friends has the 2011 17-inch MacBook Pro, which was the last one ever produced, because after that, in 2012, the Retina MacBook Pros came out, and they have similar, or actually higher resolution than the 17-inch ever did. So yeah, that's a little bit sad that it was discontinued, but it was clunky. It was huge. And why are you blinking? White balance? Can you not? Alright, can't find that page for the MacBook Pro. But yeah, so MacWorld, to me at least, has gone the way of the dodo as well, as just like NewType USA did, because I can just get all my news from websites like MacRumors.com They're rumors, but sometimes they're true. They cover all the live events, like this week's iPhone 7 launch, etc. They cover Worldwide Developers Conference, which is WWDC. It's really for developers and people, coders and whatever. But still, it's a cool event. Sometimes they release new products there too. They do. They did the actual MacWorld, trade show, but that's no longer happening because of money, because of politics. I don't know. And one year back in 1997, actually, my dad almost took my brother and I. We were living in Connecticut still then, and we almost went down to New York City, which was nearby, close by, short train ride, whatever, to the Jacob Javits Center, of which where New York Comic Con takes place, actually. I hate that convention center. That's another rant for another time. And MacWorld 97. MacWorld New York, 1997 was there. And it would have been cool to go. But it was irresponsible of him to spend the money to take us down there, and it never happened. He didn't push it. It never happened. But, yeah, they used to have a MacWorld Expo, which was the trade show convention type thing. And that would have been my first convention experience before, like 13 years, no wait, how many years later? 2009. So like 14, 15 years later. No, 16 years later, or something like that. I went to my first convention being Anime Boston. But anyway, yeah, MacWorld to me is, I don't want to say dead, but not as relevant as it once was. And I have a good couple of those back there too. I believe, in fact, let me see if I can find it really quickly. I have an issue with Steve Jobs on it. It was like an anniversary issue. Yeah, here it is. So, what's next for Apple? And this was January 2009, 2 years before he passed away. Rest in peace, Mr. Jobs. You've made the industry very vibrant with innovation and inspiration, rather. Innovation, that can be debated upon. But this issue shows Steve Jobs with the original Macintosh, the Macintosh 128, I believe, the Mac Plus. Maybe that's what they called it, so it's more of a catchy name, or maybe that was the second model, but the first Mac branded computer, as it appeared on the very first issue of MacWorld in 1980 something, 1977, 1978, and actually, to be honest with you, I don't know when the first MacWorld came out, but the Mac at 25 special anniversary issue, yeah, this was the Apple's 25th anniversary back in 2009, and yeah, is this the same ad? Oh wow, very, very similar. These two different issues from, what is this? March 2009 and January 2009 have very, very similar ads. That's funny. That's weird. But, yeah, no, MacWorld is still running, the magazine. And occasionally, if I ever go to a bookstore, I go over to the magazine section and look at what's new. There's also new magazines like, okay, camera, can you please stop derping around? Okay, thanks. There's new magazines like iPhone Life, because the iPhone and iOS devices are very, very, very popular, in case you haven't noticed, over the past 10 years or so. And there's nothing really else I want to mention. This was Throwback Thursday on Post Every Night of September with me, Shigate, and vlogs by Shigate. And I'd like to bid you a great night. I always forget to say something as soon as I turn off the camera. Tomorrow's episode is going to be a showcase of my anime figures back there. And I'll do my best to hold my phone, which is my only good camera right now, as steady as possible. And I'll shoot side to side so the picture is wide. as they would say on America's Funniest Home Videos. And that'll be the theme of tomorrow's video. As for Saturday, which is September 10th, I have no idea what I'm going to be doing yet. And I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. But, yeah. Because it's literally posting every night in September. Posting now at night. And I was planning on recording tomorrow's video now, but it's getting a little bit late. I have work like in an hour and 15 minutes, so I'm going to edit this and just put it straight up. I'm not even going to schedule it because there's no point anymore. But anyway, you'll see this video as soon as it goes up, and have yourselves a great evening, and another PENiS is in the can. No, that's not a good outro. Have yourselves a good evening.